The light is green. Hey, y'all. It's Cowboy Week, Cowgirl Week, Cow Person Week. And we're playing. That doesn't look right. Something didn't go right. I'm having a hard time getting the little piece of YouTube is insisting on having the wrong photo on here. Well, let's see. All right, so I think maybe we're going to get it correct here. All right, share, copy, close. Let's go over here. Let's just see what happens. Let me post this on the website. The website is jollyrogerukulele.com, and it's putting up a fuss today. We are cleaning up book 2 last few weeks, and we got a couple of weeks of cowboy music to squeeze in here, and it's going to be awesome. Settings, open a new window, update, and I don't want that bold. Update. Let's make sure it works. The link works correctly, and then we will post it on Twitter, and then we're going to play some couple of silly cowboy songs or western songs. I don't know if they're cowboy songs or not. They're both hilarious, let's put it that way. So it seems like it ought to be a cowboy version. Tuff-er Ukulele and Baritone. Yep, opens up to the correct spot. Okay, now we can tweet. Twitter. Get along your little doggies. https://jolly Roger ukulele.com pops up. Looks like it's all going just lovely. Now let's raise this up. And we go to Tuff Uke, Kick Your Fanny Friday. Yeehaw tweet. I think the little graphic I made this week looks really cool. This is where I spend my energy. There's a girl riding a horse. Somebody else created that part of the graphic. It's lovely. It was on the free site. Yeehaw. Hey, y'all. Time to poke some cows. And, all right. So there's that. Close Twitter out. Close Jolly Roger out. Keep this going. It's Monday. We made it through the weekend. And we're going to play some ukulele. Play some silly music today. We have some more serious ones. Well, it's not. Colorado Trail not exactly silly. They're both very sad in their own way. And so we're going to do Clementine first, right? Is that what I have on the list? Is that first? Clementine. Yeah. And you should be working from a March 29th. Is today March 29th? You should be working from the version from today. This is how cutting edge you guys are. You're on top of it. All right. By the way, we started the foundations class anew just moments ago, and so if you know anybody who's interested in learning to play ukulele, you should have them come hang out at the jollyrogerukulele.com, and we'll turn them into the psychotic person that you are today. And since you are all lovely, why would we not let more people know about that? Sandy's in. She got her yeehaw on, or her hee haw on. Oh, that's a different kind of country. Yeah, welcome in, Sandy, Belphegor, Michigan. Lynn in from New Jersey. Lynn's from New Jersey. That's where cowboys come from. Laurel is in. She's from here in Colorado. Everybody's yeehawing. Lynn got new strings. Whoa, they were dead. Yes. So we've talked about this about 1,000 times. If you come here every day, you're probably going to need to change your strings more often. If you never play your ukulele, you still need to change them once a year. So once a year is 1-year-old strings is the maximum allowed by law. They come and they arrest you. They throw you in the who's gal if you don't change your strings once a year. It's not us trying to sell you strings. It is the truth about these materials decay. I've been playing this ukulele every day now for a year. I'm on my 3rd set of strings, right? when you play a lot, they wear out. And once you change them, you're like, gosh, I don't know why I waited so long. So change your strings once a year. If you have white strings on your ukulele or if you have black strings on your ukulele, you can do better. Okay? You want to put fluorocarbon on there, and all you have to do is send me an email, and I'll give you directions on how to do that. I did get my first vaccine in this arm. It's still a little sore today, so I am going to be a little more cooperative when you guys say, hey, I want to come down to the studio. So you can start sending me emails saying, hey, yeah, I want to get my strings changed or whatever, come down and bring your fan mail to me or whatever. We are not open for business yet, really, because then the event centers aren't, but I'm feeling a lot more confident that I can meet with you and you won't get me sick and I won't get you sick. I still have to get the second vaccine in a couple weeks, but I'm feeling a little more confident about meeting with people. So that's the story on strings, and Lynn's all set. Bruce made it in from sunny Virginia. Spring is here. I'm ready for some cowboy music. Right on. Laurel found all you guys found your cowboy icon. That's cute. Vic, is sunny up in Eugene today. That's a shocker. Kat is in. Howdy, Kat. Howdy, y'all. She's from Texas. She knows cowboys. Nancy is in from Florida. That's a different type of cowboy they have down there. Carolyn from Western Colorado. There's real cowboys up there. Christine is a cowgirl at heart. Let's give her this one. Oh wait, I think that was Didn't we give that one to you last week? We'll give you that one. All right, we're on row 2 this week, Christine. Nancy found the cowboy thing. Jack and Barbara Ann sounding good in Glenview, Illinois. Jacqueline, how you looking forward to revisit? Yeah, these cowboy songs, you do them once a year or so just for fun, right? You don't have to do them all the time, but they are kind of fun. I'm going to try to get you one or two that we haven't done in the past. Okay, just back in from first vaccine and try not to get blown. Is it blowing out there? No, she's in northern Colorado. Must be blowing up in northern Colorado. It's fine here. Okay, see what happens when you move out of town. Let's see. Where did I scrolled up and now I'm confused where I left off. Okay. There we are. Terry's in. We're ready to punch some doggies. Beautiful. Doggies has one G, right? That's every time I spell it out, I'm like, oh gosh, I think there's the one with only one G. There's doggies and then there's dogies, right? And it's that's the sick cow that doesn't have a mom. Calf, and you'd have to carry them along on your saddle and stuff because they didn't have a mom, and they felt bad. Beautiful and sunny up there in Vancouver. Windstorm yesterday. All right, Evelyn is in from Cuenca. First time I've seen you today, Evelyn. She's adjusted her schedule, and so probably Ecuador's filled with cowboys if I think about it. Marianne in from Michigan. I know we missed you. I'm already just transferred you to Illinois. Ronnie's in from New Mexico, starting to warm up down there. Elizabeth has her cowboy boots on. She's from northern Colorado. That's all cowboys up there. Linda's in from Hawaii. There's no cowboys there. Let's see. Linda watched Yo-Yo Ma on YouTube play Simple Gifts. Recognized a different key. Nice. Yeah, playing Simple Gifts when he went down to get his vaccine, which is super cool. Pauline, hello. She's in Northern California cat. It is important to change out your... Great question. If you've got a low G and you've got a metal wound low G, should you go ahead and change that when you change your other strings? You probably... What I find, Kat, oddly enough, I find that the metal wounds wear out faster than the nylon strings. I mean, I really do. So, do you have to? No. Should you? Probably. Just because it's made out of metal, we think, oh, it'll last longer. I find, especially on my guitars, those metal strings do not last as long as the nylon strings. So I change them out at the same time. Yeah, it's a great question, though. Diane in from Littleton. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, Janice. I thought I would pop by and see what happens here. Glad to have you, Janice. I got your email. I haven't had a chance to respond to anybody's email over the weekend. I just was too busy. So I'm glad you're here, Janice. This is where you should be, by the way. Amy, hi, everyone. One shot in, one to go. Amy and I are competing to see. They put me out for almost a whole month for, I think it's 3.5 weeks before I get my next shot. So that's okay. Patricia is here. Christine in from Montana. Tremendous winds up there. Yeah, and by the way, if you are a cowboy, Montana is where you got to be. Be sure to wait a good 10 days after the first shot. Original study shot. Infection if you eliminate infection. Awesome. Okay. All right. There you go. See, that's why we have Kat around. She's smart. Bailey is here. Linda is in. All right. And you guys that are kind of peeking in from Foundations class in here, you're going to be fine. You're going to know exactly everything we're doing. Clementine, ukulele version. Here we go. Taking my time getting started today because I know we're going to be fine. Got a G chord. Okay. And you have a D7 chord sitting right up there. Okay. If you're on baritone, you have a G chord. Blum, 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 blum. That's your G chord. And your D7 chord right there. Right? G, D7, G, D7. If you're on ukulele, it's G, D7, G, D7. Okay? Here's what's lovely about this song. You are now done with the chords. Here we go. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his dog, a Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Light she was and like a candle, and her shoes were number 9. Carrying boxes without topses, Wendell's were for Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Now, let's talk about this, okay? This is, so, hopefully you know the tune a little bit. If you don't, obviously go check the MP3 or at YouTube. But you got a 2-chord song. That means it's time to have some fun. Okay? So, 1, you're checking your voice. That was clearly a terrible key for me. In a cavern, in a cavern. It just doesn't feel right. So, how do I know which are my other choices? Dun, 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 dun. G, A, B, C, D. 1 and 5, right? We talk about this often. You can transpose this. Is A a good key for ukulele? Yes. A, B, C, D, A, and E7, right? A. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Works better for my voice, so I might switch this to A. A is a good key for ukulele. Is B? B. You're automatically you know those years of pain from B flat and jump into your head. How about C? C is a good chord for ukulele. C, D, E, F, G7. Okay, C. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his dog Clementine. Okay, guess which key you're playing it in when you go to ukulele strum along? C and G7 every time, whether it's good for your voice or not. And that's why you want to get where you can just automatically fix these things to fit your voice. C is a good chord. Is D? D's an okay chord on ukulele, and its friend D, E, F, G, A7. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so D works. E, that's a crummy chord for ukulele. F, F's good, right? F. So if I played an F, G, A, B, C. C7. Well, look at that. F. Let's hang how that sounds. Let's do a different verse. In a churchyard. In a churchyard near the canyon where the myrtle boughs entwine, grow what did I write? Grow the roses in their posies, fertilized by Clementine. Okay, so there's F, and then we get back to G. So we were able to play this in A, C, D, F, and G, and all you have to do is then count over to it's whatever's over here because you know G and D7 are 1 and 5, so then you can transpose this into whatever key fits your voice. Here's what I know about you guys. Most of you are like, I'm not singing, right? A few of you are sing beautiful, and so you want to try it in the different keys until you find the best one. And especially if you have somebody you're going to go sing this song with, it's super fun. Find the key that's best for your singing, since you're probably in charge of the little get-together, and then do it in that one. Of course, if you change the key, then the fingering changes on the melody and the Tuff Uke, and you may not be ready to do that. But if you're just sitting around singing a song, find a key and a chord that works for you, and that's what you want to be doing. All right, so we've talked about the chords and your choices there. Let's talk about right hand stuff. Okay, you're in 3. Boom, chuck, chuck, pa, 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 pa. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Okay, now all of a sudden you've turned this into a much more sophisticated song. And so if I'm go over to the chorus, whenever you're in 3, you're thinking pa pa, heavy note followed by 2 little bit lighter beats, and ukulele you're set up perfectly. You hit your thumb on that the C string, and then twice with these 2 fingers on the low strings, or on the bottom strings. Oh my darling, oh my. Oops, I'm off. How's the pickup look? Oh my. Okay, 1, 2. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Okay, and then that second beat, light she, right? So be thinking about your beats there. Pa pa, pa pa. Now you made this song way more sophisticated, way more funny, I think, by doing that. Another possible pa waltz, do your index finger here, and then use all 4 fingers to pluck all 4 strings. So use your index finger on the C. And the reason we're doing that is the lowest note, right? If you are on baritone, or if you have a low G, you can always use your thumb on this top string, and you can deal with with high G. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If I try it now using on a ukulele with a high G string, thumb, and then these 3, you'll get a bing bong bong, bing bong bong, bing bong. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. So you might like that and you might not like that, but it always works when you use the low string with your index finger. In my dream she, in my dream she, in my dream she still does haunt me. Haunt me, what does she say? And haunt me, garment soaked in the brine. Thought then she rises from the water, and so now she rises from the water. What does she do? And I kiss my Clementine. Okay, that's a lot harder to do. But index, and then pluck those 3 for your pa pa. So pa pa, pa pa. That's how I always think about waltzes, at least initially. Pa pa, pa pa, pa pa. So that I can get that first beat a little heavier, and then whatever happens after that happens after that. But since you only have 1 chord per measure, you can really mess around with that. Thumb. Okay, the one I was most successful with was thumb and then index middle, but you can try some other choices as well. Always thinking about that first beat needs to be a little heavier, and probably the lowest note on your ukulele is going to sound the best. All right, lots on chords there. Could you do a 3 pattern on this? In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Good. probably doesn't work quite as well, but you could try that. Sandy says, reminds me of my accordion days. Yeah, on accordion we do a ton of oompa, right? Because it comes from that German tradition, and they do a ton of polkas and so on accordion. So oompa, oompa. It's just one of those things you learn on accordion. Ukulele, we can do the same thing. We just have to be a little bit smarter how we handle our right hand. All right, so the story here goes that poor Clementine, she's poor, she doesn't have any shoes, so she wears boxes. She's living with her dad, they're miners, and one night she's driving ducklings down to the water. I'm not sure why she's doing that, but that's what she's up to. Apparently they eat the ducks, is what I'm assuming, at some point. Anyway, taking them down the water. She trips because she's wearing boxes for shoes, and she drowns. And the narrator doesn't go save her. He just watches her drown. Bubbles come up, blah, blah, blah. And so then she's buried in her... she's fertilizing the flowers. That's a lovely thought. And then her dad kills himself because he's lost his daughter. And so now he's fertilizing the flowers. And in our narrator's dreams, Clementine is haunting him. She's coming up out of the water covered in brine, and they're kissing. A very kind of scary vision there. And everything's, very sad, except that he eventually meets her little sister. He kisses her, and then he forgets Clementine. So in the end, it works out for the narrator, despite our willingness to judge his or her character. It's supposed to be a funny song, right? And even though poor Clementine is dead and her dad is dead, you're still supposed to approach it with a sense of humor. Let's play the melody. Those of you guys coming up from Foundations, this is this is your drill, man. This is your moment. You're going to have some threes, you're going to have some twos, and you're going to have some fives. And I think that might be it. Yeah. So when you see twos, threes, and fives, you're thinking, maybe I should play this in second position. Index for the twos, middle for the threes, pinky on 5. Then I don't have to move my hand at all. Might be thinking about that. Let's try it. From the top. 1, 2. Repeat it ad nauseum. I think there's 8 verses or some crazy number. So that's your melody. Okay. So then we're thinking about duets. If I'm playing melody, you're on chords, right? And if you play melody, I'm on chords. And that's how when you get together again with people, you hand them a ukulele and you say, you play these G chords and these D7s. I'll play the melody. Will sound amazing. Let's talk Tuff Uke. Grab your G chord. Remember, on Tuff Uke is meant to be a solo activity, so I don't really recommend you play that as in an ensemble setting. I do have plenty of players who that's kind of their thing, right? They're like, yep, I'm going to play Tuff Uke in ensemble, and it's hard to do, but that you can do it. It's just they're working themselves to death because that's just fun to do, but you don't need to. When you have more than one player, you can definitely, everybody simplifies their parts a little bit, and by the synergy of getting people together, you end up sounding a lot better. Let's go through it. Ready? Grab your G chord, hit those 2 threes, little strum, hit the 2, big strum, hit the 3, little strum, add your pinky on the 5, hit the 5 again, slide it back to the 3 and strum, take it off, and then grab your D7. Hit it again. 2. It makes sense to use your ring finger there and then slide your ring finger forward to get to the 3. Slide it right back. Take it off. Back to your G chord. Hit the 3. 0, 2, 3. And then a nice 2020. Drop your index finger, or I guess probably add your middle, and then G chord. Okay, let's do the chorus. Pinky, slide it back, D7. G chord. Repeat it 10 times. The last time you come through, remember you got that fancy G chord, bar on 7, pinky on 10. Okay, so that's your upper G chord. Baritone players, you guys are jumping in with chords. Ukulele players, you're either playing chords, or you're playing melody, or you're playing tough uke. Let's do it 2 times through. Think about your claw. 1, 2. Time. Second ending. Isn't that sweet? It's a cute little song. When you turn it into an instrumental, all of a sudden you have your work cut out for you, right? All right, let's switch to the baritone version. Let's take a minute to run through that, and then we'll do Colorado Trail. And you guys know lots and lots of these old cowboy tunes came from Ireland and Scotland. And so it reminds you a little bit of the music that we did for those, where we were it's kind of easy. Then when you create the tough uke, all of a sudden you're in like, oh my gosh, this is actually a lot of music here. Where is Clementine? Baritone. Here we go. Let's see who else made it in. Barbara made it in today. Michelle, Rockaway Beach, beautiful up there, by the way. Dennis is in from Toronto, and Sandy is accordion, of course. All right, guys. Baritone is the same shapes as we just played, but ukulele players, here's your D chord. Okay, hopefully you've got that one memorized at this point. Index, middle ring on the fret 2, and then your A7. So you guys are in pretty good shape, right? D chord, A7, and back. One of the things I do, if I'm playing that D chord, I just slide back with my middle finger and then put it right back up, right? So there's almost no motion there, and you can get that really lovely. Hey, Arlo. All right, let's play it. Okay, same thing. 2 times through. I'm going to play the tough uke. Baritone players, you're on either on tough uke, baritone melody, or chords, and ukulele players, you're on chords. 1, 2. Clementine. All right. Before we get too far, and while I'm thinking about it, on Friday, Donna was able to get the day off, so we're taking the day off. We're gonna get our bikes ready and go drive around on our bicycles. So won't be here on Friday. So we're planning on a concert for Thursday, and we'll just see how many of these I get done. I don't know. We'll see how tomorrow goes and Wednesday goes, and we'll just get as many done as we can. I'd like to get all of them. As you guys know, I'm putting baritone pieces, creating baritone versions of all this stuff as we're going along, and so you're grabbing Colorado Trail for ukulele, by the way. So we won't be here Friday, but we'll be here Monday through Thursday, and we'll just see how many songs we get done by then. Also, remember, tonight is jazz class, and those of you guys who are website members, you don't even have to be a website member. You have to be a website member to get the sheet music, but you can come and just sit in and listen to that. I'm going to be posting Misty, My Funny Valentine, and what's the other one? I'm going to be posting 3 of them. I have the stuff done. I've been playing through them, making sure. They're hard. So you don't need to be able to play them tonight, but we will talk about them briefly, and I'll get all that posted tonight. We have a beautiful list of music for Monday nights, and so I'd love to have you guys come join us. In order to get the sheet music for Monday nights, you have to be a member of the website, and so go read the subscribe tab on the website, and that'll get you caught up. All right, Colorado Trail. I've talked about this in the past. I grew up in Colorado. I had never heard this song ever. Never crossed my path at all. And then when I got into ukulele, I started nosing around through all these old-fashioned cowboy books, because that's what you do. And Colorado Trail's in all of those old cowboy books. And so cowboy people who apparently knew this song, but I, as a kid who grew up on Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and Eddie Van Halen, I didn't know any of this stuff. So when I got it, I was delighted. I'm like, oh, I'm from Colorado. I'll do it. And it's a really sad song. Poor Laura. She's lovely. She's a lovely young girl. She's 16, if I remember right in the song, but she's dead. And so she's buried. And he's raging against the storm. Weep all ye little rains, wail winds, wail, all along the Colorado Trail. And so I wrote this, and it's super sad, and it's really wonderful, and everything's great about it. And then I have a friend, Bob, who's a heck of a guitar player, and he says, I don't like your version of Colorado Trail. It's got all those minor chords in it. It's too sad. He says, the version I play is all major chords. So this is, in spite of Bob's objections that I should get the minor chords out of here, we're going to play it with the minor chords because it'll make you weep. All right, let's grab our chords, baritones and ukulele players. Here's your F chord if you're on ukulele. F chord for baritone looks like the B flat for ukulele. Okay, ukulele players, your C chord, that's your home planet, right? Baritones, you're right there. That's what your C chord looks like. D minor on ukulele, it's just your F chord with your ring finger added, and D minor on baritone is that one. Okay, and then finally A minor on ukulele is right here. And on baritone, it's right. It looks like a D minor on ukulele, so it's right there. Okay. I don't think I can sing this well, but we'll find out. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eyes like the morning star, cheeks like a rose. Laura was a pretty girl, everybody knows. Weep all ye little rains, wail winds, wail. All along the Colorado Trail. One more time. back. I don't remember the third verse. 16 years she graces earth, all of life was good, and now my love lies buried deep neath a cross of wood. So Laura ends up not faring well in this song either. Her and Clementine are hanging out. So you got the chords. Now I also let's do the melody. Baritones, you stay on chords. Melody players, that's ukulele 1 on this piece of music. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and then repeat. Okay, so now that's your melody. Guys, we're gonna do that in just a second, but I gave you boom chucks. Okay, so measure 1, put your F chord on, index, clunk, open, clunk. Okay, so you got your boom chucks. Get them. Let's give it a try. 1, 2, and you notice I slow way down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eyes like the morning sun, cheeks like a rose. Laura was a pretty girl. God Almighty knows. Weep all ye little rains, wail, winds wail, all along the Colorado Trail. So you've got your boom chucks. They sound really good if you can get a partner, right? And we're going to do that right now. And I'm going to give you a partner. By the way, a friend of mine who took guitar and ukulele lessons from me for a while, and her daughters took ukulele lessons for me for quite a while until they got to school, and they're like, oh, we're going to switch to violin and electric guitar. And I'm like, see ya. She's the person in charge of the current Colorado Trail, which runs up along the Continental Divide, which is kind of cool to know the person who's in charge of that. All right, you guys are on boom chucks. Okay, and do it like we were talking last week. Give yourself the boom chuck, boom chuck, boom. Okay, so the chords, boom, whatever note is preceding that, you just do your best to get it, but just get your chord on. It'll work every time, by the way. And that's what you're going to do, okay? And baritone players just play regular chords. But ukulele players, give me that boom chuck, boom chuck. And if you're on baritone, you could just hold the chord. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you play regular chords. And I'm going to play the melody. See how it sounds at your house. Okay, it's about to be cool. Sounds like "Bury Me on the Lone Prairie." Every Western song that I know of it should be called "Bury Me Alone in the Prairie Somewhere." There's a lot of dying in the cowboy world. From the top, I'm going to play the melody. You're going to play the boom chuck. 1 chuck, 2 chuck, 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 boom, chuck. Chuck. Chuck, boom, chuck. chuck, boom, chuck. One more time. Chuck, 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 boom, chuck. Chuck, chuck, boom, chuck, 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 boom, chuck. Chuck. Okay, I went to the end. How's that going? Boom, chuck, boom, chuck. Right, and I think the fun part if you can do it right. Be a little aggressive. As ukulele players, we have a tendency to play very, very careful and slow and all of that stuff. And we don't necessarily. Once in a while, it's good for us to really play loud on a ukulele, so that we know that we don't get in trouble for it. By the way, a couple of other lines on there. You've got your Tuff Uke on there. There's nothing there, by the way. You could play it right now. I did put a ukulele 3-line on there, which is just one note at a time. If you're holding the chord, you can add that in there. So in other words, you could get some people together. Somebody's on chords. Somebody's singing. Somebody's on uke 1. Somebody's on uke 2. Somebody's on uke 3. That friend of yours that you don't really like, you tell them, you play Tuff Uke, right? So 6 different voicings on there, and all of a sudden you have an entire symphonic arrangement in front of you. And Renee's she's amped up down there. She says, sounds pretty cool. Nice. Way to go, Renee. Renee sent me an email. She says, I'm getting an electric amp. I'm like, I don't think you should do that. Electric amplifiers lead to the dark side. That's one thing I know for sure. I'm going to play the Tuff Uke of the baritone version of Colorado Trail, and you're going to weep you're going to just cry. Now, ukulele players, you got C, G, A minor, and E minor. C, G, A minor, and E minor. Those are all chords for you, right? C, G, A minor, and E minor. Those are all sweet chords for you. So you've got options when it comes to playing the chord side of things. You don't have to have the boop chuck written out. You can just do it. Well, A minor. So it's okay. So you could just play those chords, or just play them just like they're written. C, G, A minor, E minor. Right? You can just make it simple. Fran says, the average lifespan for men in the Old West was about 40. Oh my gosh, 40. Really? Jeez Louise. That's terrible. Well, it's because they didn't have anything to eat, right? I mean, everything they ate was a dead animal. There wasn't any running hot water. You couldn't take a shower. All right, Colorado Trail. I'm playing the Tuff Uke. You're playing this in some other way. Okay, baritone version. Let's play it sad and slow. Let's do it 2 times through, and we'll call it a day. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I get that right? No, I don't have that right. Here it is. So it's a bar on 5, a 7, and an 8. There it is. One more time. Second ending. So there we go. And what was I going to say? Oh, that big old ugly nasty chord. You guys have the same thing on ukulele version at measure 13. And then you're going to have a bar 5. That's your D minor shape, right? Ukulele players, A minor on baritone. Just put that bar on 5, ring finger on 7. Your pinky hits there on 8. I would actually, even though it's a dotted quarter note, I would probably put a fermato over that as well. So if you play this with other people, say, hey, when we get to middle measure 13, let me have a moment. So in other words, if I'm playing the Tuff Uke section of that, and I'm playing with other people, and they're boom chupping or whatever they're doing, say last two beats of measure 13 are mine. I'm going to do them at whatever speed I want to do them at, and you guys come back in at measure 14. Give yourself an opportunity to really hit that moment right, because of course that's the high moment in the song, and it sounds really beautiful if you do it right. All right, there you go. Now you got 2 dead girls. You got some cowboy music. Tomorrow, let me take a look at what I got on the list. Down in the valley, I've been working on the railroad, Red River Valley, Streets of Laredo. Oh, Streets of Laredo, you get a dead guy in that one, and Tom Dooley's got another dead person in it. We'll do you on that. Cheer things up a little bit. We will have Peter Cottontail coming this week. I'm going to try to also get Easter Bonnet done. I don't know if I'll have time. And then... so that's our plan going forward for the week. I'll get as many cowboy songs in. This will probably leak over into next week as well, so we'll probably have plenty of cowboys and cowgirls to to put in boxes of wood before we're done here. And I feel devastated about that, but that's the way. These are sad songs. God, people didn't live until they were 40 years old, right? So they had to get a whole lot of living in a short amount of time. And there's that, and obviously if there's any cowboy songs you're just passionate about, I do have Ghost Riders in the Sky. That's one that's a much more fun to do as an ensemble experience, but I'll probably try to put that together for you guys. I don't think we've ever done that on this website, so that's what I know. Let's see. Have a wonderful day, you guys. Get your vaccine. My arm is killing me right now, right here, like ow. I felt terrible all weekend. But we're back in the ballgame. We're going to get it back together. So let's see. Where did I leave off? Lynn. Sounds really nice on the baritone. Yeah, guys, I mean, honestly, I know most of you guys are ukulele players that come here, and that's where I want you to learn on, and definitely want you to learn on ukulele first, because you have a lot more material available to you. But at some point, shake loose a couple $100 and go get yourself a baritone. The nice part about baritones, they're not a thing, right? There's not that many people playing them, so you can get them for a relatively inexpensive price. And, there's a reason why, that when you walk into any ukulele gathering and you have a baritone, why you're real popular all of a sudden, because you're going to get to help kind of fit all. You're the glue that helps hold everybody else together a little bit, and then you just play chords, right? I'm just a chord guy. Boom chuck, boom chuck. Yeah, there you go. Uh, yeah. Sorry about all the dead cowgirls today, Carol. Thanks for being here. Oh gosh, it's unbelievable. Elizabeth, Colorado Trail is sure pretty. Isn't it a pretty song? I don't know how I grew up in Colorado, and I grew up in a family that they were cowboyish, and honestly, of course they never listened to music anyway. They were busy being cowboys, so I don't know. I didn't fit in with them so well. Sandy, I'll see you tonight. Yeah, don't forget tonight. Pauline, thanks for accompanying the baritone. Yeah, thanks for being here, Pauline. Evelyn, all right. See you tonight. Sounds good. Barbara, thanks. You bet. Lots of fun. Thank you. I'll see you tonight, Kat. Have a great one. Amy, talk to you soon. Amy and I just got our vaccines. Janice, thanks, Eric. We'll be back. Yeah, see, Janice is frankly is easier than what we did last week in foundations, and so yeah, you're fine. Good to have you, Janice. Brandon, snuck in. Oh, glad to see you, buddy. Glad you're here. Keep Northern California weird, right? Jacqueline, good to see you. Pele, vaccine. 2 days. Yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow it clears up. So yesterday it really hurt. Today it's not quite so bad. So thanks, Bailey. Lynn, see you soon. Nancy. Yeah, right. Super fun. Ronnie, thanks, Gary. Have a blessed afternoon. Oh, you did? You got together with your worship team. How exciting. So think about it, Renee. All that worship music, you are now a chord pro, right? And so it's an excellent opportunity for you to get one more way of playing music. Obviously, I mean, I grew up in Protestant church, where we had to go all the time and all that stuff, and I don't do much of that kind of music here, in real life. But all of that music, all of those spiritual songs are all set up to work very conveniently, so that, a lot of times they know the piano players are iffy, the organ players are doing the best they can, and the songbook is 500 songs long, but all of that stuff will have chords, and it all lines up. It absolutely is set up for playing ukulele on Ronnie, and you probably already know that, Ronnie. So yeah, it's, I don't do it here online, but I do know, I don't do it in real life either, but I do know that music is set up just waiting for those of you who do go to church to jump in and be a part of it. So awesome. Terry, working on the last one, the best ones I can, Terry. He's going to be sad he moved out of Viking land. Things were exciting up here. Down here, we're just singing about dead girls. Nancy, hit the like button too, that one. Oh yeah, hit that like button. I'm waiting on my puppy. I don't get until I get 1,000 viewers. They don't think I'm anything, so I don't know when that's gonna happen. Christine, ciao for now. See you later. Michelle, glad you joined us today. See you tomorrow. Linda, of course you're not totally lost, right? You know what you're doing, Linda. You know what you're doing. Okay, we just need some more reps. We just got to get the time in. You'll catch there. Yes, Arlo, I will be at Grant Street tomorrow. I'm going to write you back. I did get your email, and I will write you back tomorrow. Not 2 o'clock. Let's do 2:30 or so, because I need time to finish up teaching, grab a sandwich, and then head over. So probably about 2:30, Arlo, but I will send you an email confirming that. And those of you guys here in town who've been holding off getting your strings done, probably now's the time we can start, setting up some times to have you guys come down and get your strings changed out if you want. You're always welcome to come buy strings and do it yourself, but I am never sure why people do that when I can do it for them for $20 and you don't have to waste any time or any brain damage. Plus, a lot of times having me as a professional looking your ukulele over, sometimes I might find some things that we need to talk about or whatever, and so it's not a bad idea to have your pro look at your ukulele when it's time for string changes, just to make sure everything's what it should be. But yeah, so that's what's going on, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to all of you guys tomorrow. Have a great afternoon. I'll talk to most of you tonight. I'll talk to you later. Bye.